Most producers struggle with their low end, specifically their kick and their bass, but if you do the simple trick I'm going to show you, your mixes will sound a lot better. Okay, so here's a quick Ableton project where I wrote a simple kick and bass line to demonstrate how to tighten up your low end. You can see that there's a kick programmed here 4 on the floor, and then here's a bass line. You can see from the MIDI information that there's a lot of notes that occur on the downbeat of a kick. After I write my bass line and the kick, the first thing I do is throw an oscilloscope VST on the kick and the bass. So an oscilloscope is just a VST tool that helps measure the waveform, so you could visually see what your ears are hearing. I turned the kick red and I turned the bass purple. You could color code it to any way you like. And if I play it right now with 0 processing, you could see that the kick and the bass will be overlapping. So here on the downbeat, like as I mentioned, you have the waveform of the kick and the waveform of the bass. So naturally that's going to be fighting for frequency space and making your low end sound muddy in the mix. And another thing this thing could show you is sometimes when the waveforms don't stack on top of each other and they're inverted, that could cause a lot of phasing, which causes your mix to sound hollow and not hit as hard in the club. Basically, after I throw that on to the channel, you could start to process it by EQing it. And then the most important thing somebody will tell you to do in dance music is to sidechain your bass line to your kick. So if I just turn this kickstart on, you'll see that the purple starts to be removed from the red, and the fill, the groove would still be there, but now I'm actually making space for the kick not to fight with the bass and to make the low end sound a lot cleaner. So let's take a listen. So you could see, as I mentioned, that it's cleared away from the kick, but you could see here that sometimes the bass tail would also bleed into the kick. So I could go through and tighten that up more on the VST, maybe tighten up the release or the MIDI and shorten that up. In this case, it doesn't sound terrible to me, so I'll leave it. But you could see how I already kind of cleared the space and I could hear it, but also I have the visual tool to help me make sure I'm making the right decision. Another cool thing about this tool is this is how the kick was originally. So if I turn this on, you could see the kick length was a lot longer. So I went ahead and shortened up the sample because I wanted the kick to be only on a 16th note and not have a long tail bleeding into the bass. So that's one simple trick amongst many other things to help tighten up your low end. But if you use this trick, it'll help you start to train your ears along with your eyes to help double check what you're doing, and it could tighten up your low end. So I hope that helps.